I'm Robert Cardoza, and you're watching On the Street. This is the intersection of business and politics. This is where I take all of the information you get bombarded with, I throw it into a funnel, see what comes out, analyze it, and I tell you the truth, whether it's good news or bad news, but you're going to get the truth. I think that's important for you to make decisions. We're going to be talking about what's in the news today. There's a lot of exciting things about that. We're going to talk about new legislation. There's lots of exciting things going on there that you want to know about. That's how you're going to decide what ways you're going to change your business or change your lives in order to accommodate some of this new legislation. My guest today is Oscar Gonzalez. Oscar Gonzalez has a new and upcoming business. It's exciting for businesses because they're creating, or he's creating, his business and his partner, new websites that you can do. And these are not one of those plug and play things. This is custom websites that makes your business legitimate when you get on the air. That's exactly what you want to do. Later on, we'll have the good news and the bad news. We'll always have that. And we'll have emails, that exciting part of the show. But right now, let's talk about what's in the news. You know what? What's in the news? AIG. Why are they in the news? I can't believe it. Do you remember when we bailed AIG out for $182 billion? That's B with a B. Here's the thing. We bailed them out. They were within days of closing their doors. It would have been devastating for America, the unemployment and what would happen in the financial markets. AIG is one of those companies that's responsible for the housing market to fall flat on its face. Bailed them out, $182 billion, and the previous CEO decided to sue the United States government and was asking AIG to get involved in the lawsuit against the United States government. They were going to sue the government for $25 billion. Why? Because they said that the government took undue advantage of them, underpaid for their 80% share of AIG. And keep in mind that AIG was supposed to pay this back anyway. So it wasn't like they were going to lose all of this control. But if we're going to put up $182 billion, we ought to make sure that we can't let somebody just run off rampant. Now, AIG, right after they got that $182 billion, they went out and spent $400,000 on an annual meeting for their top executives. They actually spent $23,000 in one day for a spa day. This is with money they borrowed from us. And they had the gall, the audacity to try and sue the United States government for $25 billion? You got to be kidding me. Well, here's the thing. There's been such an uproar that today AIG went out and said, we're not joining that lawsuit. We're dropping it. We're making sure that nothing happens. Boy, they better do that. I can't imagine how they could wind up gaining on something like that. Also in the news is American Airlines is talking about a merger with U.S. Air. Can you believe that? It's all about the economy, folks. Because of unions, because they can't get concessions from unions, those two airlines are going to have to merge. That'll create the largest airline in the world. It'll be tremendous. It'll be good. The problem is that this doesn't actually have to happen. We're still in a recession. We're still trying to recover. If we could get people to work together, we could have enough concessions so that all these businesses could grow and become viable in the marketplace. But when they merge, what do you think the first thing's going to happen? They're going to get rid of a duplication of services. They're going to get rid of the duplicated executives, the duplicated employees. They're not going to keep all that thing. It's going to hurt the employment levels, but they will survive. And that is good news, no matter what you do. The other part that I find really exciting is I saw some numbers today on Congress, or actually I saw it yesterday, and I thought, gosh, I've thought this way all the time. Do you know that Congress has an approval rating lower than head lice? Yeah, it was in the news. Congress is not even rated higher than head lice. Congress probably has the lowest rating of all, next to probably used car salesmen. But basically, Congress is not doing so good. And it's their own fault. Why? Because they hold the American people hostage. They've been doing it for a long time. They continue to do it. You watch this battle that we're going to have on the deficit, this battle that we're going to have on the raising of the debt limit. It's all going to come down to that very last 12 midnight clock to recover. Now, I understand both sides. Both sides need to have leverage. Both sides need to force something to happen. But I can tell you this, from an accounting standpoint, from a good judicial business standpoint, We not only had to raise revenues, we have got to lower expenses. Both have to happen. The problem is the current administration believes that by raising revenues, they can just spend more money. That's not the answer to get us on a good road back to health. We've talked about Social Security. We've talked about those things. That'll put us on the right road. Now, coming up next will be new legislation. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Go to Google+. You can go right to YouTube and just search On the Street, Robert Cardoza. That's what's important. Don't forget, you are watching On the Street. I am Robert Cardoza.